Alright, so the topic is celibacy and intimacy. Well, actually, celibacy, intimacy, keeping your virginity, all that stuff. Alright, so to start it off, one, you should remain celibate, keep your virginity, and honestly, just become abstinent. Because once you have sex for the first time, literally everything else is downhill from there. It's just like that'll become the highest high, and nothing else will compare to that. You'll be chasing that feeling forever and ever to never be able to obtain it again. It will never ever feel as good as that first time. Now, when you're abstinent, celibate, or you just keep your virginity, you get to feel that same, high in more productive areas, like completing tasks, achieving goals, stuff like that. So for me personally, I lost my virginity in, I want to say middle school, 8th grade year, to this girl that I didn't like. But I heard that everybody else was losing their virginity. So I was just like, fuck it, go ahead and lose mine. Like, the shit was trash. Honestly, didn't even nut. And I just walked her home from school, and then I guess we never talked again. So yeah, that was like my first, I guess, losing my virginity. But the actual time that I actually lost my virginity, like 100% for sure, was, I want to say, my senior year of high school. I was about 18, 19. I was dating this girl. I liked her a lot. Would even say that I loved her. And it was magic. Now, after that first time, and we kept doing it, it felt like I was chasing that same high and I was obtaining it every single time. But then after, so we were together. Let me go on a tangent. So we were together for about 2 years going on 3. And I'd say around that second year, that's where it started to fall short. That's where the feelings started to fade. And then probably, if I had to guess, or if I had to pin it on something, which it was probably multiple things. It was most likely multiple things. It was just like multiple little nitpick things that ruined our relationship. But that's where our relationship eventually crashed and burned, and that's where we both ended up cheating and then falling apart. So I'm just saying that to say, if you remain celibate or abstinent or saving your virginity for later in life, you can accomplish everything that you want in life or that you need to do in life now, and then do it that later, versus being like everybody else, including me, and just end up chasing that high. Because busting a nut is definitely an addiction. Chasing that high is the definition of an addiction. And until it gets numb, you just start chasing a higher high. You're chasing a new fix. And in layman's terms, that's literally what cheating is. You need something new so you can get that dopamine hit. That feeling of planning it. The feeling of sneaking around behind somebody's back. The feeling of you in the moment doing it. And then the crash afterwards, which is the disgust and the guilt in yourself that most people don't even feel, which is kind of fucking weird. Like, I know, like, when I cheated, I instantly felt disgusted and guilty. So I just went and told her. I literally went and told her, like, whether it was the same night or the same week, I went and told her. And the guilt was eating away at me. The way that she looked at me afterwards, it wasn't cool. And then me looking back at me then, I was just like, look back and discuss, like, nigga, what, bro? You had a whole girlfriend that would do damn near anything for you. You throw that away for some box, bro. It's not a good look. So that's why for the past 3, matter of fact, for the past 2 going on 3 years, I've stayed single as 1, a punishment to myself, 2, time to, like, I guess, re-piece myself together and build myself stronger, physically and mentally. And I can say that I've done that. And I'm probably going to stick this journey out, see how far it goes. Because there's a lot more for me to improve on. This is only the beginning. And I've got a lot to learn about myself, a lot to learn about life. And I look forward to sharing it with you guys. Alright, so what was the next topic? So that was my Virginia story. Alright. So let's see. Alright, so virginity. I just talked about virginity. Alright, so virginity. Why you should keep it is, if you don't know what vagina feels like, that's even better. Just don't worry about what it feels like. Just go achieve the shit that you want to do in life. Just go do that shit now. Go start that shit and then focus on it. Then once you achieve it, you can circle back and then find out what vagina is, and like, you will come back and probably thank me. Because doing it in the opposite order is such a struggle. Like the same example, me with music and making YouTube videos. Before, when I was having sex here and there, I'd lose my creative drive. I'd end up sounding the same in all my songs. I wouldn't even want to fucking sit down and record videos. Like, I wouldn't even want to do anything. I wouldn't want to do any of the things or work for any of the things that I want in life. So apparently I didn't want it as bad as I wanted to go fuck somebody. But now that I'm on, like that, I've been celibate. Is celibate or abstinent, or I've just been refraining. Like semen retention, I guess. I'm tired of calling it that. That's essentially what it is. I'm tired of calling it that. But so ever since I've stopped having sex and I've been on NoFap, I've just been like at it. Go to the gym, work on music, and make videos. That's why for December, I already got like several videos panned out. I'm just in the car right now, obviously. But I got several videos planned out ahead. I'm like ahead of schedule. I'm almost to the week of Christmas. I'm trying to, I guess, plan out for January, so that when I go out of town, I can vlog with my brother, go out and do shit, and then come back and upload it for you guys to see. And yeah, I'm like making it all. I'm starting it all now, even though I wanted to do this shit for years. I'm like taking steps in the right direction. I'm making progress in music. I'm doing everything that I've wanted to do since I was a kid. And now I'm just like starting later than everybody else. So that means I gotta work harder than everybody else to get to, or to at least catch up to everybody else. Which sucks, but it's the price you gotta pay. You gotta make the bed and lay in it. So yeah, don't bust nuts at all. If you feeling horny, just go outside and run. Go do push-ups or something. Go do something productive. Every time you feel that urge, go run a lap around the neighborhood. And that's what I do right now, honestly. But yeah, with this no fap shit, I've gotten a lot more focus, a lot more drive to complete what I need to complete. I've gotten stronger in the gym. I'm actually sore right now, and I went to the gym yesterday. Let me think. What have I done? I feel much more like a man, like I'm supposed to be. I feel more confident in the mirror. I feel more confident walking around my job. And I feel a lot better about myself. And I'm able to like reflect on things like this and like, I guess, acknowledge where I went wrong so that when I make videos like this, I can hopefully steer y'all away from taking that route. Alright, so what was that? That was virginity. Alright, so now it's celibacy. So being celibate, in my opinion, I don't know if it's fucking correct or not, but being celibate just means you not doing any of the shit, like not jacking off, not having sex. You just in there, hopefully grinding, not just sitting on your ass. So that's probably what I'd say where I'm at. Like, no fap, no anything, semen retention, celibacy. I don't know. I didn't Google anything before making this video. I just had the thought, started thinking about it a lot, and then came out here, made the video. So, celibacy, and then why you should be celibate. Pretty much the same reason as virginity. Once you, like, soon as you start fucking, that shit will ruin your life. Soon as you start focusing on girls, that's a slippery slope. You can't, like, just break that mindset, because once you feel yourself start making... Oh, shit. Once you start making, like, strides and progress in the field that you like, you'll circle back. All right, I'm making progress here, now girls. All right, I'm making progress in the gym, now girls. All right, now that my music is sounding better, I'm getting followers, now girls. I'm getting more followers on Instagram, girls. My video editing skills are getting better. I'm getting more views on my videos, girls. You just start drifting off. You circle back around to it. So my personal thing that I gotta work on still is dating apps. I'll get off of it for like 1, 2, 3 months. Been in the gym those whole 3 months, improved my physique a little bit. Then I'll go take pics, and then I'll just download all the apps, and then I guess, like, what's the word for it? Update all my pics on those apps. Then leave them alone for a day. Circle back, check them. I didn't get any new likes or anything within the span of 24 hours. I just deleted it again. And then do the same thing 4 weeks down the line because I'm bored. So when in reality, I should have just, when I felt the urge to download those apps, just like go run or something. Which is what I'm going to be holding myself accountable for now. Because those apps are just like the whole sex thing. It's like a dopamine hit. It's addicting. You're chasing the next hit. And every single time you get that hit, the high is shorter. The high gets shorter and shorter, but the crash hits harder. That's why like when people, like, I don't want to call them crackheads because they don't all start out as crackheads. Fine. So that's how crackheads never just started out with crack. They might have, some cases, they might have just started out with crack. But for most cases, they started out with something mild like weed. And then chasing the next hit, they ended up doing crack. Or they were smoking with the wrong people and got laced. And then now they're addicted to crack. Because nothing gets them high like that. So it's just like, there's no such thing as a good addiction. Too much of anything is harmful to you. So take everything with moderation. Alright, abstinence. I don't know the definition of abstinence. If I had to give it one, it's just, I guess, being alone. No girlfriend or boyfriend, no any of that. Just alone grinding. So with celibacy, you can have a girlfriend and just not have sex, but abstinence is you're not doing any girlfriend, boyfriend type shit, like no kissing, hand holding, all that shit. It's just you and whatever you're trying to accomplish, or you and the fucking four walls. So yeah, abstinence is good and all, but like, there is no but. Abstinence is good, but personally for me, I'd get lonely after a while, and then I'd end up turning back to the dating apps, and then it becomes a revolving door again. So I guess the dating apps really did serve its purpose. Because that's all they are for. They're not meant for you to find anybody, because the whole dating pool on the dating apps is controlled by women. They control it, and men, just like in the real world, are stuck bending their knee to, will they, won't me, will they, won't they pick me. It's a whole game of pick me, and women are still choosing, just like in real life. They get to swipe left or right on you. You get to think you swipe left or right on them. It's all egotistical. It's just to make you feel better about yourself. The better looking woman you find on there, the more like inflated your ego gets. And then you get to reject the ugly ones. Inflates your ego still, because maybe a pretty girl that you swipe right on never swiped right on you. And you just see it. You just see the like scent sitting there and sitting there and sitting there forever. Like, every time you go back and check it, it's just still sitting there. Never to change. Just sitting there forever and ever. And you never get that confirmation. That's why it's better to just suck it up. Go find a girl that you know in person and just ask her. If she doesn't like you, at least you know now. Try the next one. She does like you. Congratulations, you just fucking hit it off. You just did it. You just did something that 99% of the men in the world are fucking scared of. Alright, so let's just go on ahead to intimacy. So, intimacy or intercourse. I'm gonna just switch it out for intercourse. So, the act of intercourse. Everything that feels good in life, 9 times out of 10, most likely isn't good for you. So, like eating junk food. Let's see what else. Eating junk food. Staying up late. Sitting in front of the TV all day. Chilling on the couch, relaxing. Sex. All those things are not good for you. They end up hurting you in the long run. And here's how sex hurts you in the long run. So, sex is often referred to as the exchange of energies. Why? Because every single time you have sex with somebody, you... Oh, let me see if I have a piece of paper or something I can use for this. Every time you have sex with somebody, you lose a piece of yourself with them. So I'll just use this receipt. Let me make sure there's nothing on it. Just fold it up like this. Alright, so this is me before. This is me before the first time I ever had sex. So look, I'm a whole person. Now the first time you leave a piece of you with them, this is with them now. Now you go on to find somebody else. You do it again. This is with them now. 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 Now you know what happens to this last piece? Now you started out as this whole piece of human being. You had dreams, aspirations, goals in life. You threw them all away for sex. No wonder you're fucking depressed. No wonder you walk around feeling like a loser. You're a fragment of what you were supposed to be and what you used to be. I was once at this point myself. And I still have all the memories from that point. I still have dreams about those memories. I still think about them from time to time. Even like people in my day-to-day life tell me about how I used to be. Now, part of me is ashamed of that person that I used to be. But at the same time, I'm thankful for the things that I went through, the pain that I felt, and the fucking horrible decisions I made. Because if I didn't make those decisions, I probably wouldn't be me today. And that's what I'm thankful for the most. So intimacy. Intercourse is the exchange of energies. So with the word exchange being used, that means you get something in return, right? Yes, technically you get something in return, but it's rarely ever anything good. So let's just use me as an example. So in my relationship that I was in with this girl, oftentimes she would be grumpy or in a bad mood before we had sex. Afterwards, so she would often be grumpy and in a bad mood before we had sex. I would often be happy because I was going to pick her up and hang out with her because I was just happy to have her around. And then we ended up having sex, and then it just completely do a 180. She's happy and in a good mood, and I just feel like I feel like the color blue. Like every single sad thought that I could have would just crash into me all at once, and I would literally feel like the color blue. Like, you know when you get that like cold sunken feeling in your chest? That's how I describe the color blue. It's just cold. It just felt like a cold blue circle like in my chest, and it's just like just beating, and every single time it beats is just another wave of sadness. Just it's like a radial effect throughout my body, and then just go and go and go till the very ends of my body just felt cold, like all the way to my fingertips and shit. Like till I just felt cold and numb. And I just wouldn't want to talk at all. I'd just lay there. So I want to get into like the reasons why people, I guess, have sex and why sex is so dangerous nowadays. So the reasons why people have sex is to, one, like I said earlier, chase the dopamine hit. 2 is to escape from something. Like escape from some thoughts in the back of their head by like temporarily, but this goes along with the first one, like dopamine hit. Like a temporary boost of dopamine to distract them from what's going on through the day and day. By the way, I'm not going to go into the R word or essay stuff. That's for like a different, I guess, video. I don't want to speak on that. But so 1 was dopamine hit. 2 was to get away from something or get away from thinking about something. 3, well, they're all essentially dopamine hit. So it's just how they're using the hit from it. So 2 would be to use the dopamine hit to distract yourself from what's going on around you, like in your real life environment. 3 would be using like the dopamine hit to relax be able to relax yourself from like a hard day's work. 3 is just because you're fucking bored. Like, that's what I've noticed about ever since COVID hit. A lot of people that I went to high school with personally ended up pregnant. So that's what I attribute it to. A lot of these people are just like laying around having kids because they're bored. And they had nothing better to do because of COVID lockup. We've been in the house for 2 years and y'all just pop out with a kid. It's fucking nuts. Alright, so next would be... That's where I hate doing this shit out the dome. Just doing it because I guess it's something to do, but that goes along with bored. Just doing it because it's something you can do. Just because you have somebody there who's willing and just doing it. It's just like, ever since, well, I don't know. Sex has just fallen away from being just like, I guess, a sacred act. It's just shit that people do now. Like, moms raise their sons knowing one day, probably in high school, they're gonna have sex. So they just hope. They just tell them, you can go have sex, just you better have condoms and you better not bring no babies home. What the fuck is that? Like, it probably sound hypocritical coming from me because I'm a dude, but come on, you gotta hold that nigga to some type of standard. Like, golly. Your only concern is for him to, 1, wear a condom, and 2, don't bring no babies home. You should be like telling him to not do it at all because you want him to excel in life. Because once you start chasing that shit, there is no stopping. It's a lifetime work. And then you start setting goals for yourself that you think women will like, so you can get some. And it turns out they don't even give a fuck about that shit. They want real, well, the girls nowadays want whatever NBA YoungBoy in them are. But the real women, they want authentic, real men. Like men, upstanding members of society. Working class if you gotta be. Men who are going to tell the truth to them and be authentic in themselves no matter what happens. A man who can lose a fight, stand up, and not, I guess not go and get the gun and shoot the nigga. Just be like, shoot the fair one. If you lose, alright, at least I hung with you. A man who will, if he cheated, if he cheated, tell her that he cheated and let her decide if she's going to stay with him or not. And then respect her decision. Not try to flex or try to hide it. Then when she finds out, make her seem stupid. And then when she tries to leave you, fucking beat her. That shit is gay. I was just raised on different morals. A lot of this like toxic behavior shit, I tried it. This shit is fucking gay. It's just a bunch of niggas acting like females. This shit is so, like, the only word I can describe it is gay. And I'm not trying to be fucked up to gay people, because some gay people are cool. It's the flamboyant ones that are fucking weird. And that's another word for it. All this toxic, like, future type shit, the Hoodville shit, is fucking flamboyant as hell. My nigga, just go and be the authentic you. Somebody who's worth the fuck is going to like you for you. Go be the real you. Speaking directly to you. You watching the video. Go be the real you. Don't do any of the fucking The weird ass fucking... If you're a funny nigga, go be a funny nigga. Somebody who loves funny niggas is gonna find you and they gonna love the fuck out of you. If you a quiet nigga like me, then don't let nobody force you out of that shell, nigga. Fuck them. If you feel like they worth the fuck, because your mind is never gonna fucking lead you the wrong way. If you feel like they not worth the fuck, 9 times out of 10, they're not worth the fucking ground they stand on. Leave them the fuck alone. Just go achieve the shit that you want to do. Shut the fuck up until you do it. And then once you done it, my nigga, hold that shit highly. Get the fuck out of Dodge and go be proud of yourself. Nobody's gonna be proud for you. Everybody's gonna hate on you. I ain't even done shit crazy yet and motherfuckers hate me for some reason. Where the fuck did all this come from? But no, just go ahead and be the real you. If you loud, and rowdy, somebody's gonna love that shit one day. You're gonna find a person who likes that shit. If you're quiet like me, if you're quiet and reserved like me, you'll find somebody for that. You'll find the yin to your yang. You just gotta like go out and mingle. You'll either grow out of it or you'll find somebody who's with that shit if that's actually you. Because a lot of times the shit, like our personality traits, because we were in COVID lockdown for 2 years. Well, let me explain this differently. So, how I grew up, I was always just quiet and reserved. Like, I didn't cry for nothing. When I was little, I would just sit there and chill. Then my dad would be like, you hungry? You want something to drink? I'm like, matter of fact, yeah. Yeah, I could go for something to eat. Yeah, I could go for something to drink. I wouldn't cry for anything. I'd just chill. Just keep it pushing. And then, when I got to like, when I got to like high school, well, middle school and high school, I just started like bottling everything up. I just be quiet and bottle everything up. Just bottle it up, keep it pushing. Then high school came around. All I really did was just the same thing, hide everything and bottle it up. Then after I graduated high school, I just keep doing the same thing. Just hide it all, bottle it up. So then, it really took me doing some soul searching and picking the pieces up of myself and just being like, I don't need to be bottling shit up. I don't want to be living a lie anymore. I'm tired of living a lie. I'm going to live my truth. And if you don't like it, fuck you. And fuck everything you stand for. So then I just stopped lying about shit. I just stopped bottling it up. And it literally took a lot of stress off my shoulders because I don't care who or what I lose in the process. Because if I lose it, then it's not meant to be with me on this journey. I know I got a course, I got shit to do, and then I got a plan to achieve it. And if I do stumble and lose my way, I can always reroute. But I know the goal's in sight. And I just got to do what it takes to get to it. As do you. So, with my course right now that I'm heading towards, I feel like my next thing is to grow out of my quietness. Because it's gotten me this far, but I feel like I'm still holding myself back because I'm socially awkward. So I need to like find a way out of this like little shell. I need to find a way out. Because I have like zero social skills. I can't even hold a conversation with a fucking phone camera, let alone a real human. But yeah, I feel like a lot of us are there because of the whole COVID-19 lockdown and shit. But mine's been longer. And it's like I can't even like have a conversation with somebody unless they've known them for a while, because I don't really like trust people, because once I start talking, I eventually end up oversharing, and then I just like, fuck, why the fuck did I just do that? Why the fuck did I just tell this nigga this shit? Because it's like I would feel so excited to talk, because I rarely ever talk. It's like I rarely talk, but when I talk too much. I don't know, man. So, find your personality traits. If you don't like the ones that you already have now, sit down, take some years, do some soul searching, and find a real you. Find a real you. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.